Get ready for takeoff. Flying in a private jet is often just a dream for many people, but it's a dream that is actually more attainable than you might think with JetsPlus. Here to tell us why, we have the president and founder of JetsPlus, Gene Sullivan, along with fleet manager Fred Belts. Thank you, gentlemen, for being on the program today.
Thank you for having us.
This is so fun. Jets are just so beautiful, Gene.
They are.
And you've been a pilot a long time.
A very long time, about 40 years.
So tell me about starting this company, JetsPlus.
We started this company, I actually started my first company in 1992, and it kind of it's gone through a few phases. And so JetsPlus is a jet charter company, an aircraft brokerage company, and an aircraft management company, whereas if a company wants to purchase an aircraft and want a professional company to operate their aircraft for them, we do that. The majority of our business is private jet charters, and we have what they call a light jet, which would be 2 pilots, six in the back, about the size of a litter jet. Most people know that. So it's a smaller jet. Mid-size aircraft would be 9 passengers in the back. There is a bathroom and a galley, usually not a flight attendant. And then our heavy jets are 14 seats. They're transcontinental.
Yes.
2 bathrooms, flight attendant, and you know, they have a pretty long range capability, Fresno to London or Fresno to Tahiti nonstop.
Whoa.
So
those are nice options.
Yeah.
And Fred, I know you're the fleet manager. What do you like about all your planes?
Well, we have top of the line airplanes all the way from Gulfstream, which is a large cabin, through mid cabins, and then small cabins. So we can cover any request that anyone would like as far as distance or number of passengers. The main priority for the fleet manager, with the maintenance side of the company, is safety. That's the priority. So making sure the airplanes comply with all the safety inspections and requirements.
Yes, very important job. Okay, Gene, so what's your message to folks? Who do you think would be interested and could really use your business?
Well, our primary charter client would be a larger company, and they want to save time. They're trying to move several people at one time. It's possible to leave Fresno in the morning, go to New York, have a meeting, and be back the same night.
That's incredible.
It's pretty quick. No lines at the airlines, and
no TSA,
so,
like you said. That's worth every penny.
Exactly. So it's just a time saver for these people. Now, we do take private individuals, and people use them for leisure and travel, for vacations and things like that. So we do a lot of that. We've done a lot of the Hollywood crowd, moving people. They have homes in Europe or wherever, and so that makes a part of our operation also. And
also for the individuals, maybe they want to splurge on a birthday, a big anniversary. Are they able to just book one session and one trip?
Yes, absolutely. It goes how much flight time, and then also, if you're going to have the aircraft out for a few days, there is a charge for that. But when they call our dispatch in charter sales, and then they will set it up and give a quote right then.
That's awesome.
And the thing is, on a lot of these jets, if you put 8 people in the back, you split the cost to go to Vegas or something like that. It's, it can be affordable.
Right. Well, I think many people just don't know that they have that option, and let's say they've saved money and they want to splurge, but they didn't know that JetsPlus was here, but now they do. Fred, talk about the headquarters here at the Fresno Yosemite Airport.
Well, this is where our operations and maintenance effort is based, here in Fresno. We can support any location pretty much with the Gulfstream aircraft, which has quite a long range. But everything that we do here is in support of getting the airplanes ready and at a short notice, and supporting that effort.
That's right. Yeah, because there could be some emergencies perhaps with medical reasons, and that's another reason to use you guys.
Absolutely. A lot of it is organ transplant. So if there's an organ that has to be moved, we can provide transportation for that. Usually it's a doctor, a nurse, and then different people come into an airport and go for the transplants. We're not an EMS operation, but we can certainly do organ transplants and move people that are pretty stable after they've had surgery or an accident, things like that. So that does come in play
Yeah.
every once in a while.
Awesome. Okay, so what do you want folks to know about getting started with JetsPlus? Can they buy packages of, like, let's say 5 flights, or
They can buy hours, block hours, and use those, and then there might be a different charge for how long they're going to take the airplane, where they're going to go, you know, different accommodations and things. But we set up everything at our charter sales department. They will provide the rental car, hotels, anything they want. It gets taken care of. Anything they want to eat on the airplane for
cool.
catering, you know, whether they want a full meal or anything, the flight
Yeah.
attendants will do that.
That's awesome.
So it's a great way to travel, and businesses have been doing this for a long time. In the 80s, we had several charter companies here in Fresno. It kind of just petered out there for a while, and a lot of people don't know about charter anymore.
Right.
There's just a few charter companies out there. We're the largest in Fresno, besides Rogers Helicopters, but as far as jet charters, we're the largest.
Well, I love that we know now. You're sharing it with the public, and thank you for sharing it with us, Jean and Fred, and we'll be checking out JetsPlus and giving you guys a call.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.